Well, welcome to this special edition of the Pulse of Spokane. Kent Adams here, and it's a wonderful time of the year. You've heard him say that, and you know why? Because one of my friends comes in from River Ridge Hardware, Larry Myers, the owner there, and he talks about some of the specials that he has and so forth. And he's even been in the news recently, and we're going to talk about that too. But you talk about what I would call the good old-fashioned hardware store where they have staff that actually know what they're doing. So I feel comfortable going there because I can ask a dumb question and they'll come up with the smart answer. We'll be back right after this.
We believe every person is created in the image of God with immeasurable beauty and worth, that people should not be defined by their present condition or past mistakes. We are all broken. We need each other. Healing for our brokenness begins with connection, with understanding how much we are loved by a good God. And with healing comes change, the potential for joy and meaning. No one was created for mere survival on the streets, for an existence blurred by mind-numbing substances. Each person is created with a purpose, a unique gift no one else can offer the world. Our job is to help them rediscover it. Real people, real change. Union Gospel Mission.
Hi, Larry Myers again at River Ridge Hardware. Back in our garden center. It's changed a little bit. We have lots of greenery though. We have Christmas trees at $39.99. We have pretty much everything you'd ever want in Christmas. The icicle lights from white to straight blue to multicolor. I have these cute little shelf snowmen. One of the cool things that we have at River Ridge Hardware, which maybe one other in the United States, is a full custom picture framing shop and all kinds of Christmas decor that you can decorate your tree. Go on our website at riverridgehardware.com. Feel free to call us at 509-328-0915. We're still offering curbside delivery and delivery outside the neighborhood within a 5-mile radius with just a purchase of $25 or more. So let us help you in this shopping time. Shop local, shop often, and have a Merry Christmas.
Well, I did say this is kind of the fun time of year, and one of the reasons around here is this guy over here, Larry Myers. How you doing, Larry?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah, it's the season, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, and I was just looking at the commercial we were running for you, out standing by the trees and with some of the snow on it, because that was what happened. And then that was like the day before or so of Thanksgiving when we shot that, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And then something happened a couple of days later. I've seen it all over the news. What happened, I guess, Thanksgiving night, early morning Friday?
Yeah, early morning Friday. They just some thieves decided to break in and help themselves. They cut our chain and opened our garden center gate, and then just started unloading. And they loaded up about 50 trees. We were thankful that they didn't take them all.
Right.
So I guess they were wanting to let us have
Because you
a
have
little
people
bit.
that count on you to have the trees, and you do a special price too,
Yeah,
don't you?
we like to take care of our neighborhood, and they're $39.99. You pick it, so first come, first serve. You might get a 7-footer for $39.99. You might just get a 6-footer or a 5-footer for
All right.
$39.99. Whatever fits your house.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so that time of year.
It is.
You were mentioning before we went on the air that one of your safeguards is literally some cameras. And tell me about how that has helped you and the police.
Well, one of the first things I did when I purchased River Ridge Hardware, which now 4 years ago.
Is it 4 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was hire a friend of mine, Mike Kraus, with Total Security, and we took on and changed the alarm system,
Yeah.
updated that, made it a lot better alarm system, put some alarms on all of our doors, and then updated our actual cameras. And we went with digital cameras, which are nice because I can get them on my phone. I can
Yes.
actually, and you can get a clearer picture. So that is something that we did right away, and Total Security really took good care of us.
That's good. And copies of that have gone to the police, right?
Yes, exactly.
And so, shall we just say at this point, stay tuned?
Right, they're working on, they got an active investigation. They got some people that they are hustling on, and
Yeah.
so I'm gonna hopefully hear some more today, and
Good.
we'll let the public know. You know, the public out there, our customers, neighbors, everybody have been so awesome in terms of sharing sales sites out there from and giving us video that they had from their ring stuff. And so just the outreach of our neighbors and customers have really shown, you know, how they love us.
You know,
So-
one of the things I'm seeing, and I'm seeing it today because today is the grand opening of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
In case you hadn't noticed, and if you've tried to go north on Spokane on Division, I'm told
Stay away.
plan to spend a day, right?
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of the comments on there, while they love Chick-fil-A, a lot of them really center around what you were talking about, and that is to come visit the local team, the local small business, and so forth. And a lot of people saying, I'm going to spend my money locally. So you're seeing that too.
Well, yeah, and I truly am an advocate.
Yeah.
I mean, if all of us need to try to budget in a couple, 2, 3 extra meals and do some takeout,
Yes.
give some gift cards of all your restaurants. Are all our restaurant owners out there and pubs? They truly need our help.
Yeah.
And
the cash flow right now would help, wouldn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
and giving
Yeah.
them some extra, even though, you know, gift cards come in later, but the buying an extra meal, buying a meal, you know, if you're going to stay home and watch a football game, you know, stop at one of your pubs and get a bunch of food and bring it home and watch the football game.
Yeah.
Really support our local restaurants.
Yeah, because they're hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're also doing, before we get into this, you're speaking of restaurants and so forth, you're doing something for Big Table that you've done before, but you're doing it now on social media and so forth. And let's remind folks what Big Table is.
So right at the end of November, we put out jars at the register for Big Table. Big Table is a big supporter and a helper of anybody working in the food industry. They're laid off, you know, in terms of making sure that they have their things taken care of, from rent and whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're a huge advocate for all those service people that, you know, that we try to tip, but if they're not employed right now, they're not getting any tips.
Right.
And right now it's, you know, these restaurants are running down to a slim. So what I'm doing is I'm matching up to $3,000 of
Wow.
any donations that come in, and come in through, you know, the jars that we have at the register. And so we really want to see what we can do through the month of December to help Big Table and help them help our local community.
I think that's terrific, and we're actually going to have some people on from Big Table in another week or two. I forget on the schedule, but on Pulse. So
that's awesome.
good people. They used to be where we were downtown,
Okay.
in the same building as our station downtown.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it. You talk about people that are being most affected right now. I mean, yes, small business in general, I get that, but restaurants, especially with the re-lockdown and pick up only and those kinds of things, we need to help these restaurant workers.
Right.
Yeah, because when we go out to eat or go to pick up something, we depend on their service, and they love what they do. I've met so many of them, and they're great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if putting a $20 gift card in someone's stocking, you know, whether they use it for next year or whatever, is awesome.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Well, I tell you what, I want to talk about what you have and some of the new things, because you always have the old things, but you always have some new things to share with us. But let's take a commercial break right now, and when we come back, let's talk about that.
Sounds great.
Okay,
Thanks.
we'll be right back.
Well, this is Bloomsday in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate, but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
Well, Larry Myers, River Ridge Hardware, 4 years.
Yeah.
I would have guessed 2.5 to 3.
I know. I look that young.
You smile. You're having fun, aren't you?
Right. I do. I really like it.
Yeah, and you've got a great bunch of folks there that work there who really, and I said at the top of the show, who know what they're talking about, right? Your paint guy and others who have helped us a lot and so forth.
Yes, I have a great team and really couldn't do what I do from even being on this show without them because I know the store is being well handled while I'm out.
Right. Well, what's up for 2020? Let's have something good about 2020, right?
Right. Well,
what you got?
A lot. So I just brought some quick. We have a lot of different things for stocking stuffers that you're trying to think of. You know, I want to get something, but I don't want to spend a lot, or I'm looking for a gift for the guy that has everything. So some fun stuff is we have a fun bouncy ball that's for your dog or a dog lover. Maybe they have a dog.
Yes.
And this thing you can throw in the water, you can bounce, you can give it.
Oh, fun.
And it's $10 and it's a great dog toy. The other, for those dog lovers, we have some natural soaps, and so one of them is this is actually a shampoo for dogs. So it's all natural, good shampoo. And from
so it's not for the dog to wash out his mouth when he says bad words.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or when he's drooling all over your furniture. Yeah. But it's mainly just it's actually a good shampoo for the dogs and all natural. And we used to have a problem with when we had a dog, just allergies that they would have, and so a lot of dog owners are looking for that. And then just I don't care how many flashlights I get. You can never have enough flashlights.
There's so much truth in that.
Yeah.
Because half of them are going to not have batteries that work too, which is another issue, right?
Exactly. Or I can't remember where I put it. So I have a couple in my truck, and so this is on sale, $10 for a nice flashlight. It's small enough it still fits in the stocking, and who's not going to like that?
And if you have like we have a 2-story house, you got to have one upstairs at least, and maybe one on the stairs going to the basement.
Sure,
as well, because that's where the breakers are, right?
Exactly. When our power goes out, and you got to get down the stairs, and of course we never lose our power here in Spokane.
Right. Sure.
But Vista does a great job, but
it happens.
Sometimes a line gets knocked down by a tree.
Yeah.
The other thing is, so this is probably more of the one for the guy or gal that has everything, and this is just an emergency kit. And so
is that for the home or car?
Car.
Okay.
So this has Nebo makes these great flashlights, and you can actually stand them up on the road. They'll flash.
Yes.
They'll do multitude. It has a charging station for your phone. So you can keep it has a couple different flashlights in it, a carrying case, and some flares that you can set up. And so it's just basically the overall emergency kit.
Right.
So, and this is on sale too. And normally it's $179, and we have it for $109 right now. And it
wow.
So it has a battery charging station. It has a multitude of stuff. So this would even be good for the person that camps a lot. You could take this and still have your phones charged, so the kids can play their video games while they're up in the woods.
For us guys who don't know what to get for our wives and girlfriends and whatever.
Exactly.
What a great gift, because you don't want them out there, especially at this time of year, without having a light and a flasher and everything else. And I've got one in our car, and it's worth having. It really is.
This has everything.
Yeah.
So pretty much everything you'd ever want, and we're afraid to ask for.
Okay.
So.
Excellent. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Okay, so now tell people because it's not just while you cater to your neighborhood and you really care about your neighbors. I know that for sure. I've been told by I don't know how many people, I come from the valley to go to that store because of the service. So I know you're open to everybody. Where are you, and what days are you open, and all of that?
We're on the corner of Garland and Driscoll, so 2803 West Garland, just east of the VA hospital and just north of Audubon Park.
Okay.
And our website is riverridgehardware.com. Again, riverridgehardware.com.
Okay.
And we're open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And Sundays, I let my guys go home a little earlier.
Yeah.
And we open up at 8 and close at 5 on Sundays.
Right.
And same with my picture framing shop, Frame It Today. The only day that they're not open is on Sundays, but they're open Monday through Saturday. Until they open at 10 and close at 7. Because I only have two people working at the frame shop.
Right.
And we do custom framing. So if you have...
You've done stuff for us.
Yeah.
And you did some for Hoop Fest.
Yes.
And so forth.
Yeah. So I just had the opportunity to help Hoop Fest out. They wanted to honor their main supporters, and even though there wasn't a Hoop Fest this year, and so I donated the framing for them, and I'm happy to help the community like this.
You do. You do a lot of that.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that, because this is what we get when it's locally owned.
Sure.
That you care about those in your neighborhood, but in the community as well.
Yeah.
Larry Myers, River Ridge Hardware, Driscoll and Garland.
On the corner of Driscoll and Garland. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Yeah. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you and your staff and all that. Thanks for coming.
You too, Ken. Thank you.
All right. Everybody, the place to go. Okay. Thanks for watching The Pulse of Spokane. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.